Ever wonder what it's really like to own a French Bulldog? They're charming, funny, and their little faces can melt anyone's heart. But behind those cute snorts and big eyes is a story many people don't know until they read deep. In it, today, I want to introduce you to Tortellino, my Frenchie, who's about to turn 5. His journey is a perfect example of both the incredible joy and the serious responsibility that comes with loving this breed. This isn't to scare you away from French Bulldogs, but to make sure that if you bring one into your life, you're doing it with your eyes wide open. When Tortellino joined our family at just 2 months old, he was a tiny ball of energy and affection. The breeder told us, French Bulldogs just breathe like that. It's a line so many new owners hear, and we believed it. We didn't know that the constant snorting and gasping wasn't normal. It was a sign of a serious problem. As he grew, the sounds got louder, and his struggle for air became more obvious. This is the reality for many brachycephalic, or flat-faced, dogs. Their anatomy, which we find so cute, is often their biggest health challenge. The official name for this condition is Brachycephalic Obstructive Airway Syndrome, or BOAS. It means their nostrils are too narrow, their soft palate is too long, and their airways are restricted. Breathing becomes difficult, especially when it's hot, during exercise, or when they're stressed. For Tortellino, it reached a point where we knew we had to do something. He underwent corrective airway surgery. The vet widened his nostrils and trimmed his elongated soft palate. The change was immediate and life-altering. Before the surgery, his breathing was a constant, loud, labored noise. Afterward, almost silent. Even now, 3 years later, the difference is just as dramatic. This surgery gave him a new lease on life. He sleeps better, has more energy, and is less stressed. It also reduced the strain on his heart and lungs. For many Frenchies, this isn't an optional, cosmetic procedure. It's a necessary surgery that can literally save their lives and drastically improve their quality of living. Life with Tortellino has been an adventure. We've even moved cross-country with him, which meant long hours in the car. You might think that would be tough for a dog, especially a Frenchie, but he handled it like a champ. We took frequent breaks, kept his routine as normal as possible. And the steady hum of the road seemed to calm him down. It showed us that while these dogs can be physically fragile, they are incredibly resilient and deeply bonded to their people. With a little patience and preparation, they can adapt to almost anything, as long as they're with you. But one battle has been constant: his skin allergies. This is another major issue for the breed. They're genetically prone to sensitive skin, chronic itching, and environmental allergies. For years, we thought it was his food. We tried everything: grain-free, raw, home-cooked, different proteins, you name it. We tried it. Nothing made a real difference. We finally got him allergy tested, and the results were clear. His main triggers weren't food at all, they were environmental. He's highly allergic to cats and other common allergens in the air and house. So, we started exploring treatments. We tried side-point injections, which worked for a while but then became less effective. We also tried allergy drops, a form of immunotherapy. It was expensive, time-consuming, and after months of giving them to him every single day, we saw zero improvement. The treatment that finally gave him consistent relief was a daily pill called Apoquel. It's an oral medication that stops the itch response. It doesn't cure the allergies, but it manages the symptoms so he can live comfortably without constantly scratching himself raw. Under our vet's guidance, it's been a safe and effective long-term solution. But medication was only half the battle. The other big breakthrough came from something simple: frequent baths with the right shampoo. There's this old myth that you shouldn't bathe dogs too often, but for allergy dogs, that's just not true. Our vet recommended a medicated, calming shampoo, and we started bathing him weekly, sometimes even twice a week. The improvement was immediate. He was less itchy, he slept through the night, and you could see he was just happier and more energetic. It turns out, proper skincare is just as crucial as any medication. As Tortellino has gotten older, he's definitely mellowed out. That wild puppy energy has softened into a calmer, more content dog. Tortellino's story brings up a really important ethical conversation about breeding French Bulldogs. Their health problems are not a coincidence. They are a direct result of breeding standards that prioritize a certain look, that flat face, compact body over the dog's actual health and ability to function. So many Frenchies end up in rescues because their families can't afford the thousands of dollars in medical care they require. The good news is that some countries are starting to enforce stricter breeding laws to promote healthier dogs with longer snouts and better breathing. It's slow progress, but it's a step in the right direction. As consumers, we can help by supporting responsible breeders who prioritize health, or even better, by choosing to adopt from a rescue. Despite all the challenges, Tortellino is a happy, loving, and deeply cherished member of our family. His life shows that with the right medical care, commitment, and a lot of love, a French Bulldog can have a wonderful quality of life. But it's not easy. And it's certainly not cheap. Owning a Frenchie means being prepared for potential surgeries, lifelong medications, frequent vet visits, and constant vigilance. It means choosing their well-being over aesthetics. Ultimately, Tortellino's 5-year journey has taught us that loving a dog means being their fiercest advocate, especially when it comes to their health. It's a reminder that we are responsible for the breeds we create. If his story can encourage even one person to get their dog the medical care they need, to think twice about where they get their puppy, or to consider adoption, then it's all been worth it. Because every dog deserves to breathe easy and live a full, happy life. Thanks for listening to our story. If you have a Frenchie or a similar breed, I'd love to hear about your experiences in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.